Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well and you are preparing pretty well for this ICMR examination. So, this is the second part of reproductive and child nutrition unit. So, this is requested by all of you and this is very important. So, I will always request you to do subscribe the channel as it motivates me a lot if you are a new viewer of my channel. So, you will get all kind of life science content in this channel, so do subscribe it. And let's start the question 16. In the first part I have already provided question number 1 to 15, so you can check it out. I will provide the link of the first part in the description box or in the I button. You can check it out. So without further delay, let's start the video. So question number 1 is, which hormone primarily stimulates milk production in lactating mothers? So see, through this question I will let you know two facts, like how this question can be twisted. In this question it is asked that which hormone is responsible for milk production in lactating mothers, right? Which hormone is responsible for milk production? Simple question. So you all must be knowing the answer, that it is prolactin. But what if the question is twisted, like which hormone causes milk ejection? So you cannot choose prolactin. In that case you will choose oxytocin, because prolactin is the one who stimulate the production of the milk in the mammary glands, right? Stimulate करता है production को. And which hormone releases the milk from the mammary gland, that is let down reflex, is done by this oxytocin. यानी ये काम होता है ऑक्सीटोसिन का. So through this way two questions can be asked. So don't just blindly see the milk production and then you will take on the prolactin. You have to read the question very carefully. So one of the key tip of today's video is you have to read the question twice. You cannot like take a risk or misread the question and then pick out the answer, because it will give you a negative mark. So do read the question carefully. And then next question, the major carbohydrate present in human breast milk is what? Glucose, lactose, maltose, sucrose. So in the human breast milk it is the lactose, which is a disaccharide made up of what? Made up of glucose plus galactose. So you should also know about these basic facts. Like see, whenever I am teaching anything or whenever you are learning anything from your end, you should always have a basic knowledge about everything you are studying. Suppose if I am writing here that the major carbohydrate present in human breast milk is lactose. So it is simple that the carbohydrate found in milk is lactose. It is very simple, but you should also work on what is lactose. Is it a monosaccharide? Is it a disaccharide or a polysaccharide? So basically it is a disaccharide. So it will be consisting of two monomers, two monosaccharide. So it is glucose and galactose. So you should study like this way, so as to have a deep insight about every topic so that you can fight every exam. So always have a insight कि जो भी क्वेश्चन ने पूछा है उससे और 10 क्वेश्चंस कैसे मैं निकाल सकता हूँ. इस तरह से प्रिपरेशन करोगे तब जाके कुछ बात बनेगी, तब जाके कोई एग्जाम क्वालिफाई होगा. आपको ये पर्सन नहीं बनना है. ए पर्सन कैसे पढ़ाई कर रहा है कि रट लिया कार्बोहाइड्रेट कौन सा होता है मिल्क में, ग्लूकोज, लैक्टोज, माल्टोज, सुक्रोज, जो भी ऑप्शन दिया उसमें से एक ऑप्शन को रट लिया लैक्टोज. लेकिन आपको ऐसे नहीं पढ़ना है. Now, one more important point, lactose improves calcium absorption and supports brain development. It will provide 40% of infant energy. So, moving on to the next question. Which nutrient requirement increases the most during lactation? Which nutrient is required in like bit more quantity during the lactation period in the women's? Is it vitamin C, iron, energy, calcium? So in the previous video, we have solved one question related to this, that the energy or the calorie requirements increases when a woman is lactating, right? Because he she has to feed her baby, so she must be in a need of more extra energy, that is calorie. So energy is required more. So during first 6 months of lactation, an additional 600 kilocalorie per day is required to support milk production, right? Now next, which condition results from iodine deficiency during pregnancy? कौन सा deficiency you will see if you are suffering from iodine deficiency during your pregnancy period? Goiter, keratinism, pellagra, beriberi. So it is keratinism which you might suffer if you are suffering from the severe iodine deficiency. So iodine deficiency during pregnancy causes what? So see, in this question you don't have to only study that iodine deficiency will lead to this disease, but you should also know about what is the role of iodine during the pregnancy. So if iodine is low, you will face mental retardation of your newborn, impaired growth, neurological defects. So you can see how iodine play a vital role in the overall growth and development of the fetus. Now next question. The normal birth weight of a healthy newborn ranges approximately between, this is very important question, 1 to 2 kg, 2.5 to 4, 4.5 to 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. So usually, or you can say normally, the normal weight of a healthy newborn baby is about 2.5 to 4 kg. So if it is less than 2.5 kg, low birth weight. If it is more than 4 kg, it is macrosomia. So you should always know about these facts, because in this unit, that is reproductive and child nutrition, it is very very important. So you should always write it down in your notebook. So यहाँ से भी क्वेश्चन बन सकता है that if a child is less than 2.5 kg, it is known as low birth weight. But if a child is weighing more than 4 kg, newborn is weighing more than 4 kg, that condition is known as macrosomia. So it is a medical term basically for a newborn significantly larger than average weight. यानी कि कोई बच्चा अगर 4000 ग्राम यानी कि 4 kg से ज़्यादा का है, तो कहा जाएगा कि ये मैक्रोसोमिया का कंडीशन है. सो ये जनरली क्यों होता है? अब इसके रीज़न क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? मैटरनल डायबिटीज़, यानी अगर मदर ओबीस है, मदर को डायबिटीज़ है, एक्सेसिव वेट गेन हुआ है, तो ये सारी चीज़ें देखने को मिलती हैं हमें न्यूबॉर्न में. सो मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन. The most common cause of anemia in pregnant women is deficiency of, without even looking other option, take iron, because you should know about the significant loss of iron from your body will lead to anemic condition. So iron deficiency anemia occurs due to increased maternal blood volume, fetal iron requirement, and inadequate dietary intake. Like if you are not feeding your body adequately, iron का जितना requirement है अगर आप नहीं दे रहे हैं, so it will lead to deficiency, because your fetus also want the iron for its complete development. So वहाँ से भी वो derive कर रहा है. So you need to increase the dietary intake. Now next question. The recommended minimum number of antenatal care visit according to the WHO updated guideline is how much? So you should write it down, the fact question. So how much is recommended, like minimum antenatal care visit is 2 visit, 4 visits, 8 visits, 12 visit. So basically, what is antenatal care? So it is nothing but the medical care, or you can say screening, or let's say health monitoring of the pregnant woman between conception, यानी जब वो कंसीव करती हैं, टिल दी बर्थ ऑफ हर चाइल्ड. कंसेप्शन से लेके बर्थ तक के ड्यूरेशन में जो प्रेग्नेंट लेडी है उनका पूरा केयर, उनकी पूरी हेल्थ की मॉनिटरिंग, दैट एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग स्मूथ, एवरीथिंग इज अंडर कंट्रोल, उस चीज़ को बोला जाता है एंटीनेटल केयर. ठीक है, तो अब ये 2 विजिट मिनिमम है या 4 विजिट्स, 8 विजिट, 12 विजिट, so it is 8 visit as per WHO to reduce the maternal mortality, stillbirths and pregnancy complication. ये तीनों रीजन की वजह से WHO have recommended to have at least कि 8 होना चाहिए. Now next question. Which vitamin is essential for calcium absorption and bone development in infants? कौन सा इनमें से रिस्पॉन्सिबल है कैल्शियम के एब्जॉर्प्शन में एंड बोन डेवलपमेंट में? जहां आपको दिख रहा है बोन डेवलपमेंट, इट इज विटामिन डी, यानी विटामिन डी इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ बोन्स एंड कैल्शियम एब्जॉर्प्शन. एंड अगर इसका डेफिशिएंसी हो तो क्या हो जाएगा? You will see rickets in children, which is characterized by nothing but the bone deformities. Bones properly develop नहीं होंगी and poor skeletal growth. So next question. Which condition in which children are extremely thin for their height is called stunting, wasting, underweight, obesity? So अगर बहुत ज़्यादा thin, extremely thin होते हैं for their weight, for their height, it is known as wasting. Wasting will indicate acute malnutrition due to recent weight loss, insufficient food intake and some kind of lethal infection. In the previous video, I have also provided question related to acute as well as chronic malnutrition. So you can check it out. Question number 25. Which nutrient deficiency during pregnancy increases the risk of maternal anemia and preterm delivery? सी, इस क्वेश्चन में ये पूछा गया है कौन सा न्यूट्रिएंट डेफिशिएंसी से प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम पे मैटरनल एनीमिया का चांसेस बढ़ जाता है एंड प्रीटर्म डिलीवरी का भी. सो यहाँ पे सीधे दिख रहा है आपको एनीमिया. क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा ट्विस्ट करके दे दिया है बट पूछा वही है जो ऊपर स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड पूछ लिया था कि आयरन के डिफिशियंसी से क्या होता है. सो इट इज नथिंग बट दी आयरन एंड डिफिशियंसी विल लीड टू मैटरनल एनीमिया. एंड आपके बॉडी में भी इवन most of the females are like going through it, anemic होती हैं because due to so much of blood loss due to several reasons and also dietary intake में हमारा iron का source कम होता है because we are avoiding the green leafy vegetables and all those things, so probably we are suffering because of our health habits. So इससे क्या होता है? increased risk of preterm birth and low birth weight in child, यानी less than 2.5 kg का चाइल्ड तभी होता है जब आयरन डेफिशिएंसी कम होती है. सो कैसे क्वेश्चन को रिलेट कर ले रहे हैं? देखो यहाँ से लो बर्थ वेट का मतलब पता चल गया, लेस देन 2.5 होना चाहिए. मैक्रोसोमिया मतलब 4000 ग्राम या 4 kg से ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. सो इस तरह से रिलेट कर करके रिकॉल कर करके पढ़ना है हमें. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. So don't forget to subscribe the channel as I am putting a lot of efforts. You can't even imagine कि how much I have to invest to make a single video because I am working as a scientist, so you can imagine how busy I am. I am not like flaunting, but yes, I am super busy, but this is my passion. Teaching is my passion, so it makes me happy whenever I provide a single video. So I hope you can understand that. So don't forget to like, and if you are a new viewer, you can subscribe it. So the question is, the recommended duration of continued breastfeeding along with complementary feeding is up to 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. यानी कि अब इस क्वेश्चन से मैं थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड बता देती हूँ. एज पर WHO, मदर्स मिल्क इज ओनली नेसेसिटी ऑफ द न्यू बॉर्न टिल द 6 months. नो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री फीडिंग इज नीडेड अप टू 6 month. तो एक क्वेश्चन यहाँ रिवाइज करवा दिया मैंने फिर से पिछले वाले का. 6 महीने तक कुछ भी. और ये सारी चीज़ें तो बहुत कॉमन है, हम डे टू डे लाइफ में देखते हैं कि जो भी न्यूबॉर्न्स होते हैं, वी डोंट गिव देम एनी काइंड ऑफ like nutrition, be it a liquid or a solid. We always provide it only mother's milk. So the recommended duration of continued breastfeeding भी दे रहे हैं and complementary feeding भी दे रहे हैं हम. So कब तक हम दे सकते हैं? up to 2 years. So WHO के अकॉर्डिंग एक्सक्लूसिव ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग जो है 0 to 6 यहाँ पे रिवाइज हो गया. एंड कंटिन्यूड ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग आप कब तक दे सकते हैं? 2 years तक दे सकते हैं या उससे थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा. So next question, which nutrient deficiency causes the disease known as beriberi in infants? So it is very easy. Infants में beriberi कैसे होता है? It is due to the deficiency of vitamin B1. So it is very very common in infants, यानी डिजीज बहुत ज़्यादा देखने को मिलता है. इट इज़ बिकॉज ऑफ दी B1 क्या होता है? THIAMINE, दैट इज थाइमीन. थाइमीन के डेफिशिएंसी से होता है, दैट इज विटामिन B1, in which it will influence your nervous system functioning and the CVD. So it is very very important question. So it is primarily affecting the 2 to 6 month old infants ब्रेस्ट फीडेड बाय डेफिशिएंट मदर्स, यानी मदर्स में अगर डेफिशिएंसी है तो न्यू बॉर्न में भी देखने को मिलेगा. 28 क्वेश्चन, विच इंडियन नेशनल प्रोग्राम प्रोवाइड सप्लीमेंट्री न्यूट्रिशन टू प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन एंड चिल्ड्रन अंडर 6 years? सो इट इज़ इंटीग्रेटेड चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट सर्विसेज, जो कि क्या करता है, प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन एंड चिल्ड्रन अंडर 6 years को सप्लीमेंट्री न्यूट्रिशन प्रोवाइड करता है. ये इंडिया का ही नेशनल प्रोग्राम है. So it stands for ICDS, in which it provides supplementary nutrition, the very very important immunization against different lethal diseases, health checkups, regular health checkups, and preschool education for awareness. Now next question, which anthropometric index best reflects both acute and chronic malnutrition in children? So it is weight for एज, यानी अगर क्रॉनिक मैल न्यूट्रिशन देखना है, सो इट इज दी वेट फॉर एज पैरामीटर यू नीड टू मेजर. सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन and the last question of today's video, which mineral is most important for preventing maternal and infant anemia? Again, this question is in the like 3 ways it is asked. कौन सा mineral important है for preventing maternal and infant anemia? So iron, because it is essential for hemoglobin formation and oxygen transport, and also it will prevent anemia in mother and infant. So overall जो growth and development होगा newborn का वो बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा. So this is all for the part 2. I will also provide the part 3 and so on. And don't forget to subscribe the channel, and thank you so much for watching.